what's up with it? You watching the Bay Bomber TV. And yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Culture Covered. And the title is Terrence Howard was right all along. Price black man have to pay in Hollywood. Yeah, man, I remember they were trying to paint him in certain light. Like he was difficult and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I think he damn near turned down a role and they got mad or something. Like after Empire, it definitely seemed like his career kind of like went somewhere, and I don't know where though, but you know what I mean? Like he really disappeared for a minute. But yeah, man, shit, I ain't checked out the video, don't know what they talking about, but let's check it out and see what they talking about. Yeah.
You know, young men, you know, a healthy young man produces testosterone. That puts you in a position where you're going to challenge yourself and continually put yourself in situations that might be harmful. You just become a garment that something else puts on. Now, a lot of people sit up there and do impersonations of other folks, you know, instead of allowing that spirit, you know, but I sit up and I'll pray for a little bit and go in a dark place, go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, look in the mirror.
That boy looking like he dressed for Hustle with Flow Part 2, you know what I mean? Pimped this, stepped his game up, man. Now I got a perm, man, you know what I'm saying? But man, for real though.
We'll have the light on at first, and then after 1 minute, turn the light off, and you know, and search until you see your own glow, your own aura.
So Terrence Howard is back at it again, dropping some wild theories about how the entertainment industry humiliates black men. And honestly, the reactions are mixed. Some people out here saying he's completely off the rails, while others think he's actually hitting on some truths. But see, Terrence isn't really pointing fingers at anyone specifically, and fans are saying that what Terrence failed to mention is that a lot of the people putting black men through humiliation rituals are black men themselves. Now, if you've been keeping up with the latest drama surrounding Diddy's case, you might have caught that interview with Suge Knight, where he claimed that Diddy used to make his male artists go through something called the hard-boiled egg test to see if they were ready for his freak-off parties.
They used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, we passed the test? I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably would take it offensive when somebody would get what. You know, that was me in those days.
Man.
They used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They used to take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, they have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put it.
Man, that didn't sound right, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna say he wasn't telling the truth because a boiled egg, not a raw egg. You feel me? That's the only thing. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. That's crazy, man. That nigga, you stick the egg going in. Diddy gonna eat the egg? Nah, man, I ain't. Oh man, goddamn, man, man. Oh no, man, that's crazy though, man. But they gotta educate Suge though, man. A boiled egg, not a raw egg, man. The boiled egg can't be raw, man.
Industry is demonic. The industry is demonic. It's 100% demonic. This is a filthy place. This is a nasty, ugly, filthy place.
So now we're hearing rumors that Diddy's mentor, Andre Harrell, may have put Diddy through similar tests back in the day. And get this, Andre supposedly learned these tricks from his own mentor,
And all put together by first this man in the middle here, and then he's passed it on to, I guess, his son, protege. Yes, Puffy. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about this man and why you like working with him.
Because, you know, he's not intimidated by youth, you know what I'm saying? He knows the importance of leaving a legacy behind. Because we need more adults out there that's going to teach the young, such as myself. And, you know, basically leave a legacy behind, leave something behind, you know.
And Andre, tell me a little bit about, if you didn't know that Andre Harrell over here in the middle, and people have been talking about you. I've been reading about you in the New York Times, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that hadn't heard of him before, but then saw that article in the Times and said, oh, okay, this young man's doing something. But, you know, this guy always asks me what's my age, so you want to know what everybody's doing, how old they are.
So it seems like this whole humiliation thing has been going on in the industry for decades. And while it's hard to pin down exactly when it all started, Diddy is definitely not the first one accused of these questionable methods on artists trying to break into the game. And according to Terrence Howard, these practices are still alive and well in Hollywood today. Whether it's forcing black men to wear dresses for comedic roles or pushing them to do favors for powerful executives, the power dynamics haven't really changed. At the end of the day, the question is, who's really calling the shots, and why do these rituals keep happening?
A lot of people are afraid, you know, to empty themselves and be filled up with something else.
So Terrence Howard is out here again, claiming that Hollywood has an agenda to
empty theyself and be filled with boiled eggs, man. What the hell, man? I ain't gonna lie, man. There's some sick stuff, man. If they really got people doing this to be famous, man, shit, is everybody on TV famous on some weird shit or had to do some weird stuff to be famous? Man, that's crazy.
tear down the masculinity of black men. And apparently, he's been slapped with the difficult to work with label just because he wasn't down for certain roles. Back in 2008, Terrence landed the role of Rhodey in Iron Man and even secured the biggest bag on set despite playing a sidekick role. But by the time Iron Man 2 rolled around in 2010, Don Cheadle was suddenly stepping in as Rhodey. And the word on the street was that Terrence walked away because they tried to seriously disrespect him with a pay cut. Like, we're talking a 50 to 80% slash in his check. And it wasn't long before the media started spinning the narrative that Terrence was difficult and had a bad attitude. But Terrence wasn't having it. He clapped back, saying he only got that label because he wasn't afraid to call out the industry's agenda to emasculate black men. Now, Terrence's theory about Hollywood pushing a more feminine image on black men isn't exactly breaking news. Some other men in the industry have been calling this out for years. Take Eddie Griffin, for example. Way back in 1999, Eddie was already spilling tea on this so-called dress-wearing agenda in his comedy movie Foolish, which he wrote the script for. There's this scene where his character Foolish is trying to make it as a big comedian, and the Hollywood bigwigs try to convince him to put on a dress for a role, telling him all the A-listers have done it.
So what do you think? It's never been done before. 3 lovable drag queens driving cross-country, helping middle America solve its problems.
Y'all want me to wear a dress?
Foolish. This isn't a throwaway role. You'll be carrying the emotional energy of the movie.
Man, it's not that I don't appreciate the offer, because I do, but...
All we're asking you to do is to take the script home, read it, and make a decision.
Then make the decision.
Foolish. There's a lot of money involved.
We're talking a major motion picture here, Foolish.
And according to Terrence, the whole dress situation is a big reason why he decided to walk away from certain roles. In an interview where they pressed him about rumors that he got kicked off of Iron Man 2 for having anger issues, Terrence denied it and claimed it wasn't about his attitude, but about him refusing to let Hollywood dictate how a black man should be portrayed on the screen. He said, "My daddy taught me never take the vertebrae out of your back or the base out of your throat. I ain't raising sheep, I raised men. Stay a man. Everything is androgynous, you know? The more successful men now are effeminate." And then in another interview with Revolt, Terrence doubled down on his belief that Hollywood's got it out for strong black men. "The man has been demonized," Terrence said. "With the new formula, most men are made to be effeminate and not have their power or sense of strength. They allow white men to be able to be strong, but when it's black men, it's seen as a threat." But hold up, there's another side to this whole Terrence Howard situation that's starting to make the rounds. Some insiders are now saying that Terrence might be stirring up all this drama about Hollywood humiliating black men to move the spotlight away from his own baggage, like his rumored temper and those rumors about his connections to Diddy's freak-off party.
Nah, hell nah. That boy was on point with that for real. Then, you know, they got that toxic masculinity and stuff now. Like, shit, nigga, some niggas just a little extra with the masculinity shit. You know what I'm saying? But shit, nigga, that ain't no threat. Make them no threat. Shit. A motherfucker that's like that really just want to be competitive and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't toxic. You know what I'm saying? Shit, a nigga might want to race or nigga, let's lift these weights and compete and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That don't make nobody toxic because they hella manly. You know what I'm saying?
parties. So first of all, Terrence's theory that the most successful men now are the effeminate doesn't really add up. If that was the case, how do you explain Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, or Morgan Freeman? These actors are some of the highest paid in Hollywood, and no one would call them effeminate. So Terrence's logic might be falling apart here. And now a lot of folks are starting to think Terrence is just using Hollywood as a scapegoat for his own personal issues, because it's no secret that he's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons way before this Hollywood beef. Back in 2001, Terrence was arrested on multiple charges related to physically attacking his first wife. Then in 2011, his second ex, Michelle Gent, filed a restraining order against him, accusing him of DV. And the wild part is that Terrence didn't even try to deny it. He openly admitted he put his hands on her in front of their children. Terrence told Rolling Stone in 2015, "She was talking to me real strong, and I lost my mind and slapped her in front of the kids." But fast forward to another interview with E.T., and Terrence switched it up, saying that anyone who truly knows him would vouch for the fact that he couldn't even hurt a fly because it's against his spirit.
We're divorced now, and she should stay that way. And I just wish the best for her. But as far as me harming somebody, anybody that knows me, I really can't harm a fly. You know, it's completely against my spirit. But I'm so heartbroken that you can see that doing it on a night like this is only for an attempt to try and hurt me.
So which is it, Terrence? Did you put your hands on her in front of the kids because she talked too strong, or is it against your spirit to even hurt a fly? It's giving master manipulator and gaslighter. See, while Terrence likes to claim he's too peaceful to hurt anyone, plenty of folks who know him and have worked with him say otherwise. One former associate told the New York Post, "I don't think anger issues quite covers it. Terrence has to be in control of everything all the time. When he doesn't get his way, he loses his ish very easily." And this isn't some one-off incident either. Terrence has a long track record of getting physical over the smallest things. Back in 1997, people reported that he was accused of putting his hand on a flight attendant just because she asked him to return to his seat when the seatbelt light was on. Then in 2005, he pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct after putting hands on both a man and a woman at a restaurant in Philly because she accused him of cutting the line. And then in 2001, a voicemail leaked where Terrence was straight up threatening to unalive a fan because he was convinced that this fan was trying to shoot his shot with his wife. According to Radar Online, Terrence called the fan and said, "This is Terrence. You've been calling my wife. If you call my wife again, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to cut your effing throat. Understand that? I'm going to tell you this one time. You call my wife again, I'm going to kill you." But it gets worse.
What's wrong with that? Shit, somebody fucking with your wife? Hell yeah, you go come at them however you want to. You know what I'm saying? You don't supposed to be playing with no married woman anyway, man. They trying to switch up narratives and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or how stuff supposed to go, nigga. That's how it's supposed to go, man. For real.
Terrence was reportedly so controlling with his third ex-wife, Mira Pack, that he made her give up all her friends and work like a slave in the house while he refused to lift a finger. Before Mira divorced Terrence in 2015, she did an interview with Rolling Stone, and this is how she described their marriage. "We have an amazing connection, but I mean, he's not perfect. Doesn't do the dishes, doesn't cook, doesn't lift a finger. I probably leave him 30 times a month. He's so selfish. We don't have a normal life. In our 2 years together, I've only gone to restaurants with him 2 or 3 times. We've never been to the supermarket together. We've never been to the movies. I've never gotten a gift from him. Never, never. I've developed a slight form of agoraphobia lately. I never go out. I have no friends here. I feel like Rapunzel, you know, stuck in a penthouse with my baby." But just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, in another unhinged interview, Terrence seemingly tried to victim blame women for the inappropriate conduct of men. He said that women who dress provocatively create a response in him that he can't respond to in a natural way. And then there's Terrence's connection to Diddy. There are plenty of photos out here showing Terrence at Diddy parties. And while Terrence has now distanced himself from Diddy, word on the street is that Terrence is now in panic mode because he knows he could turn up on one of those freak-off tapes. In fact, Orlando Brown recently went viral with some crazy claims that he's hooked up with several industry men, including Diddy and Terrence.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
This nigga so crazy.
You see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker try to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Terrence Howard.
Man.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
And this is why fans are starting to say that even if Terrence is right about Hollywood's
That's
agenda,
why
he's
right
probably
there,
not
that
the best
crazy
person to
nigga.
deliver the message.
They
Between
crazy.
his unhinged theories about the universe and math, his messy history of laying hands on people, and also allegedly getting into some wild stuff at Diddy's parties, let's just say fans aren't exactly rushing to take Terrence seriously. But what's your take on Terrence and his theories? Do you think he's just trying to deflect from his own drama and connection to Diddy? Let me know in the comments, and don't
Hell nah, I think Terrence was speaking facts, man, for real, trying to demasculate the black man and shit. Then you can see it with the commercials and shit too. Commercials and shit. That shit like weird, you know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking like the people and shit like that, but to be pushing commercials with black man and white man being together and like a happy couple, man, that shit some agenda weird type shit, like for real though. Like nigga, I don't want my kids seeing this shit on TV to be pushing unnatural shit on young minds, man. That ain't right, man, for real. That's like fucking with their minds and shit, you feel me? Like shit, I was traumatized back in the days watching Prince when that nigga had them chaps on or whatever. Like nigga, for real, nigga, that shit fucked the nigga up, for real. Like man, I don't like that nigga, for real though. But yeah, man, I definitely think they demasculating the black man in Hollywood and stuff like that. And just in general too, you know what I'm saying? They made up a term, toxic masculinity and shit, you know what I'm saying, man? There's some weird shit going on out there, man, for real. I'm riding with Terrence on this one though, man, for real though, man. Yeah, man, I definitely wouldn't be riding with what I look like riding with Hollywood agenda, you feel me, or what they saying about somebody, you know what I mean? And talk about he controlling like on sets and stuff like that. But man, if you think about it, his movies legit, you feel me? So shit, maybe he knows something and y'all need to listen, nigga, so y'all can get them good ass movies and shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to the Big Bomber TV. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until the next time, peace. Yeah.